in our expert category is Jenny DeBolt. Jenny DeBolt is the author of Suicide and Sequence. She uses tragic losses to bring awareness and understanding to mental health and suicide, and to live a positive and inspiring life despite trauma. She helps others to learn to cope with the trauma of suicide loss and grief, and to make peace with suicide loss. She is passionate about people learning coping skills so that they can better triumph in their own lives. Please help me welcome to the stage our next expert, Jenny!
By show of hands, how many of you have a loved one, or have a loved one that has a loved one, or knows a caregiver for those that have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder or schizophrenia? That's a lot. How many of you know that that can go into remission for a lifetime, by show of hands? Not so many. I was at a conference about a couple of months ago, and I was in a room full of 70% professionals and 30% volunteers in the community. And they did a poll up front and said, of all the professionals in the crowd, how many of you refer out somebody with borderline personality disorder or schizophrenia? And I turned around and was like, refers out? What are you talking about? These people are in mental health care. I turn around, it is almost all of them. You see, when you have borderline personality or schizophrenia, you're less than human. There are caregivers that they do not know how to take care of people with these diagnoses. And they are people. They are human. Dr. William Beverly, he tells this story of how he had a colleague that's a psychiatrist. He has a patient come in. This patient knows he's Jesus. No doubt. He walks in. He says, hey, I heard you're a carpenter. Patient says, yes, I'm a carpenter. Oh, he's thinking, finally, somebody is listening to me. Doctor says, you know what I need? I need a bookshelf made. Can you do me that favor? Yes. When do we get started? He makes the bookshelf. Whoa. Doctor says, the worst bookshelf ever made. Falling apart, the thing is a mess. But you know what happened? That patient listened to his treatment plan. He felt loved. He felt human. When I sat in that conference, that was what this doctor was speaking about. Love. L-U-V. Listen. Understand. Validate. L for listen. U for understand. V for validate. You're off to a good start on making the world a better place already. Wow. Okay? So I had a friend call me earlier this year. And he says, oh my gosh, Jenny, my son, his 26-year-old son, who is in this major graduate program at college, he has just been diagnosed with schizophrenia. I was talking to him, and he was telling me he's seeing aliens under his bed, telling him what to do. He's seeing men with black hats. Can you imagine living this life? And then nobody wants to give you care. Nobody wants to care for you. They want to refer you out. He says, I know you do a lot of work in mental health. I need your help. What should I do? I said, I want you to love your son. L-U-V. I tell him the Jesus story. His son is in full remission since about 2 months after release.
Wow.
Because he felt heard, right? So if you're ever somewhere, someone at your table says, I'm Michael Jackson. What are you going to do?
Read it.
Are you going to be like this?
Show love.
This is like beyond I can't help this person. Or are you going to lean in and say, oh my gosh, you're Michael Jackson? I have always wondered, is Dirty Diana and Billie Jean the same person? What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing, there's too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some,